Hello, Good Life Travelers. Welcome to another episode of Travel Talk Tuesday. You've got the full crew here this morning. We've got our all-inclusives and domestic travel expert, Chrissy.
Hello.
We've got our Europe, Africa, Asia, South America, random islands, everything expert, Tamara.
Good morning. Look at how we kind of match. I just noticed that.
Do we?
Green,
black.
Well, we're hoping for greener days.
It's not orange or anything weird.
No. Yeah.
And then you got your cruise, the best way to travel, expert Michael here. So it's good to be with everyone. Good morning, ladies. How are we doing?
Good. Cold.
Yeah.
If you're in a lot of the U.S., then you've noticed that it's cold and snowy, and so our topic today is perfect for you.
Yeah.
Because today and this week, we're all about spring break. Chrissy's been trying her keg stand positions all week in the office.
I've never seen you do one of those, but I think that should be a challenge.
When you ran upstairs earlier out of the office, she was practicing. Roy was just kind of confused and perplexed, but it was great
Do you
experience.
think you could do one?
Well, you need somebody to hold your legs.
I know.
I could probably do it.
Could you? Let's do that.
Not quite the spring break talk I was thinking we were going to do today. I thought we'd do more vacation spring break talk, but, everyone travels differently,
2024.
So,
When you were in college, did you go away on spring break?
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daytona Beach.
Oh, Daytona.
Yeah. Yes.
all right, ladies, you're jumping
I'm sorry.
ahead.
We've
Let's
been
get back to the
all
agenda.
morning.
It has been. So let's refocus, okay? Let's first start with a recent trip. Tamara just took a recent trip, returned, and brought us some little treats in the office. But Tamara, you want to just give the quick where you were and what you did?
We went to Paris for a few days, and gosh, I really love that city more and more every time I go. This time, our focus was on visiting museums, and we hit a lot of them and saw a lot of really amazing artwork and textiles, of course. We went to the Dior galleries, which made my heart happy, and ate some great French food and walked a lot.
It swept you off your feet.
Swept me off my feet.
Yeah, who was stumbling through their vacation?
I fall on the beautiful, gorgeous stairs at the Dior gallery, and I have a nice giant bruise now.
What a great souvenir.
And then I fell to the Louvre. I slipped on somebody's, drink that was on the ground, fell. But a great trip, and I'll post some stuff on Traveling with Tamara. But this summer, Paris is going to be hosting the Olympics, so it was kind of fun to see the preparations for that. So beach volleyball is going to be held in an arena at the foot of the Eiffel Tower.
Oh,
by
wow.
the Trocadero Garden. So yeah, it's just a great
That's
city.
cool.
Yeah.
Paris is also going to be a little crazy because it's the 80th anniversary of D-Day.
Yeah, that's
So-
Normandy, little north.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the whole
Yeah.
area. I mean, so that's a big time. The cruise ships, the river cruise ships are all filling up then for the
Wow.
Paris Normandy cruises because of the big anniversary. So
It'll be busy over there.
exciting times,
Yeah.
exciting times. Okay, so let's jump right into, I've got no trivia today, even though I know you two love your trivia. No trivia. I just recently found the top 10 spring break destinations. Now, Tamara, you're not going to really care much for this, so I'm just gonna try to see if there's any feedback or responses that you may have to any of these top 10 spring break destinations, and if you've been there. Okay, number 10, Puerto Vallarta. You ever been there?
Nope.
I've sent somebody there, but I heard it's really nice.
I've been there. It is nice. It's another alternative.
Yeah.
I thought the stuff I saw was a little bit older than like the Cancun, Punta Cana kind of stuff. But it was still very nice. Good weather. A little bit further to get to, if I'm thinking correctly.
Yes.
This might be right up your alley, Chrissy. Panama City Beach.
I've been there.
For spring break?
For a summer break, we went with our good friends, the Schweinfurths, and we stayed there.
Oh, that's when you saw
We saw Honey Boo Boo and Mama June.
I remember
That's when she was married to Sugar Bear.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You were part of the conversations. She sent us pictures of them.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, yes, and it was very beautiful. It was a fun, spring breaky, domestic Florida scene, but a lot of fun.
So Panama Beach, okay. We know this one, Punta Cana in the DR.
Yes, been there, love it there.
Lots of fun there. Tamara, this may be one of your favorites, the Bahamas.
Not one of my favorites.
Well, there's nice, Bahamas are all these islands. So there are nice parts of the
There are.
Bahamas, and there are some very touristy places. So I personally love the private islands that a lot of these cruise companies have, or the private beaches that they have. So Bahamas offers that. Playa del Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
Never been there.
That's just outside Cancun, isn't it?
Oh no, here we go.
I'm not allowed to say anything about your geography, Chrissy. I know you know this one. Cabo San Lucas.
Yes, Cabo.
What's distinct about Cabo? I don't know. Is it
Well,
nicer
Cabo,
or what's
you know what Cabo
special?
is? Cabo is west. And like Baja California area.
Okay.
And they are said to have a desert terrain, they have ocean, they have like rocky areas. It's supposed to and they have some beautiful, it's supposed to have like every sort of terrain that you can think of all wrapped into one. The whales go there. Not a lot of swimmable beaches because it is a little rough and rocky, but beautiful.
It is a cruise port stop. I think Carnival's a big step for Carnival over there. And I think the pictures are always those like red rocks in the water, like the cliffs that have the arches and stuff. It looks really cool.
It's at the end of a peninsula, right?
Yeah.
The Baja
California.
Baja Peninsula.
It looks beautiful.
South Padre Island. This is your kind of a scene, Chrissy. Have you been there?
I have not. Is that Texas?
Yes.
Yes. No, I have not.
I have been there.
Oh.
And I was there in the off season though, after all the wildness, and it definitely reminds you of Florida. I mean, it's just a different environment. Near the border, not far from the border.
Yeah.
Cool place. Big one here, Jamaica, number 3.
Yes, love Jamaica. Fun place.
Tamara, you been to Jamaica?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
You've been, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A couple times.
Yeah.
I like Jamaica. The thing is, you got to stay at the resorts, like some of the other big, all-inclusive countries or cities or whatever you want to say. Yeah.
But beautiful.
Yeah. Good service, nice people. It's a good vibe, I think.
It is.
They have a laid-back, kind of chill, setting. Okay. Miami Beach.
Oh, okay.
You partied up in there, either of you?
I have.
I believe it.
Yeah, I love Miami.
That's some money though, isn't it? To be there.
Well, there's South Beach
area?
and then there's Miami Beach, which is a little
North of there, yeah. You
like both. Like Fountainblue is north and Miami Beach.
But you like a lot of the hotels or stuff have bikes that you can use, right, and go up and down.
But it's longer than you think it's going to be. Like it's miles long. It's beautiful though.
But if you're fit like me, a few
there's a great
100
boardwalk.
miles doesn't mean anything.
They have a great boardwalk along the beach that you can ride bikes on, which is fun.
That is fun.
I think we have a lot of viewers today. Lots of viewers because they knew that we were watching, talking about a spring break. So welcome all of our viewers. Miami Beach, South Beach, great pre-cruise area. Great pre-cruise area for all those looking to cruise. These two have been in rare form all day, so it's just one of those days. Number 1 place, Cancun. What do you think about Cancun, ladies?
Love Cancun. Beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous beaches. Lots of fun.
Good. Sounds like fun. So a lot of good ideas there for your top 10 spring break destinations, right, ladies?
Yes.
Let's refocus. Talk about our introduction to spring break. Who's it for? What's it for? All that good stuff. So I want you to think back. I know you both have great memories, even in your older age. What is your favorite spring break trip? That could be when you were, of spring break age, or when you took your kids. All-time best spring break trip.
We never really went anywhere for spring
Yeah,
break.
you didn't.
Because our kids were in sports.
Yeah, you
so if you left, you didn't play.
So how about when you went to spring break?
I never
spring
went on
break?
vacation growing up.
Well, when you're in college.
You never did a single spring break trip?
No, never. But I'll say one trip we did take was with, we took Grandma and we went to Myrtle Beach with the kids when they were younger. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time. We drove and we have lots of jokes inside jokes.
I'm sure lots of laughter and fun.
Yeah.
Tamara?
We took a boat trip for a spring break one year in France, which was probably, I would say, the most memorable, most unique, for sure. We started, I don't remember. It was in the south of France along the Mediterranean on the Canal du Midi. I think I think we went on the part of the Rhone River at some point, but my kids still talk about it. They loved that trip. It was just different and unique. A little cold. It was the end of March. We had to bundle up and run our heater in our boat. I remember one night we could not find a slip in a marina, so we had to dock our boat under a bridge, and it was cold.
You and the homeless people were huddled together, snuggling together, keep each other warm.
But we've taken cruises. We've gone to Puerto Rico, a lot of the islands. We also like Disney's Vero Beach, which is it's a resort in Vero Beach on the ocean side in Florida, and it's a lot of fun. It's kind of a hidden Disney place to go, but
Yeah.
I like that one.
I feel like my family did the one trip to Disney World in
Yeah.
Florida the one year. So it was before Animal Kingdom. And actually they had plans on unveiling Animal Kingdom while we were there. So I think that's what we did, and it was a great experience. It was one of the big anniversaries because they had the castle was covered in the pink stuff with like a big birthday cake.
No.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
But it was a good trip. Okay. So who is spring break travel for? Is it just for the young families or just those college age people trying to act like Chrissy on a beach, or?
No, I think it's for anybody. Anybody who's, been through the winter and would like a little getaway and kind of recharge before spring hits. Right?
Yeah.
People in their 60s, do they go on spring
Oh my gosh,
break?
absolutely.
Like a couple?
But
Or?
I would not recommend going on spring break during spring break time because it's expensive and crowded. I think if you have the ability to go when school's in session for a spring break trip, that's the time to go.
Okay.
So maybe a few weeks before Easter, a few weeks after Easter, is my opinion.
Okay. And do either of you know when spring break is this year? Like, when are the kids out of school, or when are people taking these trips this year?
The end of March,
Yeah.
it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Usually it's kind of centered around Easter, like the week, couple weeks before, a couple weeks after. But some states have a spring break and then a Easter, like a
Easter
shorter
weekend
Easter
or something.
Yeah, weekend. So
Back in the old days, we didn't get that much time off. What the heck?
just look at airline prices and you'll know
Yeah.
when spring break is. That's the easiest way to find out.
Okay, so what I thought we would do for all of you many watchers today is some of our top ideas for spring break. So I've assigned these to the wonderful ladies here today. And I do have, there was a rhyme or reason, I don't remember what it was, but to this order. So I thought first and foremost, we start with some of the most popular ways of spring break travel, and that's all-inclusives, especially for families, okay? So Chrissy, tell us, why are all-inclusives great for families? And let's say you take the kids and the whole family, are you stuck with them the whole time, or is there something you can do with the kids to kind of enjoy some quiet time, or how can adults enjoy it? Give us the rundown of spring breaks and all-inclusives, please.
Yes. So the nice part of taking your family to an all-inclusive, though I feel like I talked about this all last week, people are probably tired of hearing me.
People tuned in today just to hear you talk about it.
Isn't that wonderful?
Our preview post yesterday really worked.
I know. So for one package price, families can enjoy a family-friendly resort, including their accommodations, a variety of dining options, dozens of recreational activities, child care services.
Is this your notes from last week?
No, this is new notes.
Yeah, these notes.
Spa, fitness classes, kids clubs, and special activities for kids. So there's a lot that can be done, a lot of fun that can be had in an all-inclusive. As we spoke last week, it's sort of one price. You're not taking your wallet around. You're not worrying about cash. Everything's paid for up front.
Resorts that are very kid-centered, what do they have specifically?
Okay, so I have.
I know you got a couple favorites that are, family-focused.
Not so much resorts, but these are some things that family-friendly all-inclusives can offer you. Convenience, okay? Everything available on site for you, from your rooms to your meals, activities, and entertainment. You don't have to worry about dinner reservations, carrying cash, or planning every part of your day. The all-inclusive package takes care of all those details, and you can just relax.
And have your drink, right, in quesadilla.
Right. There's a variety of dining options. So we all know kids can be picky. So with the buffet, there's a lot of Americanized foods. So you can try something, that's a little bit more exotic, or you can stick to what kids like, chicken fingers, burgers, and that kind of thing.
Sounds good to me right now.
Buffet-style restaurants, specialty restaurants. And again, this is especially beneficial for kids that are picky eaters. Lots of family-friendly amenities and facilities. They're designed with families in mind, offering amenities and facilities to cater to kids. There's a lot of resorts that are like this. Kids clubs, supervised activities, water parks, playgrounds, lounges for older kids like the teens. I was at one in Cancun that had this whole Xbox setup and a little, comfy like beanbag chairs for the kids to hang out with, pool tables, family pools. You can also have babysitting services. So if mom and dad would like a nice little dinner alone without the kids, you can pay extra for babysitting services. these resorts make traveling with kids easier than traditional travel. I keep making Tam giggle, and I don't know why.
We can't leave our
Oh.
viewers today.
They knew Christy was talking again.
And finally, safety and security. So when you're at these family-friendly resorts, a lot of them are in gated communities, gated areas. They have security, and everybody who's at the resort are guests, just like yourself, and so you feel a little bit, more comfortable with your kids frolicking around in the beach and the surf.
Now, I didn't necessarily go this route in my notes that I gave to you, Chrissy, as part of the assignment. But, so a lot about families. What about college-age kids that want to hit an all-inclusive resort? Are there places that it's a different vibe and feel for them too then?
Yeah, so part of my job is to know these resorts and to know what kind of vibe you're going to experience. If you want to chill and relax, or if you want to, party and have fun and have, I think last week we talked about music, phone parties, all that good stuff. So that's part of my job, is to find out what you're interested in. College kids, if you're going somewhere you want to party and have a good time, I make sure to find the resorts, and there are many that will cater to that fun activity. Those fun activities. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So let's pivot from all-inclusive paradise on an island to other kind of islands that offer a different kind of paradise, but not necessarily all-inclusive. So Tamara she's our resident parrot head, Jimmy Buffett expert, loves a good time on an island. And I know you've got some islands up your sleeve that you love to push as well.
But these aren't the Parrot Head Islands. Those are more like Chrissy's Islands. But
once a parrot head, always a parrot head. Can't you just take that spirit with you no matter what island you're at?
It's a little more like there's not a lot of Chrissy's type of music going on.
I was going to say, Tamara, how does the music go?
Okay, so first of all, I love Madeira. I think it is just a wonderful island. Great place for a family in particular to go for spring break. Has plenty to do. Your dollar will stretch farther in Madeira than most other places in Europe by far. Great luxury hotels, great family hotels, things to do outside. Not a lot of beach. But there are a couple of Madeiran islands, and you can take a boat to one of the beaches that has, one of the islands has a wonderful beach. You can take a boat there. I also like Mallorca. That's a Spanish island in the Mediterranean. Very popular now with all the movie stars. Very popular. When you go, you'll see just amazing yachts in the harbor. But it's big enough that you can rent a car in Mallorca and drive around and do things for, at least a week, different little towns and villages. And again, great places to stay. A little more expensive than Madeira, but still a great place to go. If you really want to stretch your dollar and really want to take a long journey, there are some islands in Thailand that have just ultimate luxury. It's kind of hard to get there, a little more expensive and a little longer in time to get there, but it's worth it because you will find gorgeous places where you can really stretch your dollar, amazing beaches, just a really good time. So I like those kind of off the beaten path islands. There's others too.
And those are families or just adults or anything for any of those islands?
Both. There are things for both families, groups of families, couples. There's all sorts of things to do for really every level of budget and every type of group.
That's what I was going to ask about budget. Yeah. How high are these? You hear all the movie stars, famous people going to Mallorca, but can poor people like me afford a trip there?
Yeah, you could.
Okay.
You could, yeah.
Okay.
We can get you there.
You sign my checks. You know what it is.
I know the places you go. You can go there.
Okay. All right. So now I'm going to marry these two wonderful ideas from these two lovely ladies and talk about cruising, okay? A great way to travel. I don't want to say the best because that makes some people a little bit edgy in the room. So I got some ideas based on different types of spring break travel. I'm going to start with Tamara's her favorite first, okay? So you're looking for an adult-only getaway, okay? And a cruise line, Chrissy loves this too, Virgin Voyages. They win all those awards. It's adults only. I will say on my last group trip at New Year's when we were in the port on our ship, we were right next to Scarlet Lady, and our group might have been drooling at that ship, like, that ship, and I'm like, well, next year we'll go there, okay? So a great option, great online experience. Yes. Great wave special right now, wave season. 70% off the second sailor, up to 600 in free drinks, depending on the length of your cruise. And then we may have a little extra perks here and there up our sleeve, depending on what cruise you're looking at, which itinerary. So
Can I book one with you?
I'm trying to get
jonesing.
ladies
Yeah.
New Year's Eve,
No, I need
can't
it
wait.
sooner than
Yeah,
that.
me too.
but I think either way, maybe do one now and then New Year's Eve. 'Cause I think it's gonna be
I
fun.
do too. Let's go.
Okay, I'm ready.
Book
Okay,
with us. Book with us.
Let's go.
you know that's like a language. Okay, good luck finding your own stuff. Almost
We get
lost
the
it there.
training too.
That's because everyone wants to sell Virgin Voyages because it's that good, okay? I'm going to pivot a little bit to a great resort-style cruise line, Norwegian Cruise Line. Tamara, you've sailed with them. I don't think you have. Chrissy, have you? Great. They kind of appeal to everyone. They've got the family appeal for most of their ships. Some of the ships are a little older, so they don't have as much family appeal. They're not going to have as many slides and all that good stuff. But they got a good balance, resort-style, a lot of inclusions, more than some of the other resort-style lines because of the Free at Sea program. And they always are running great deals, especially now during wave season. It's 50% off all cruises. Then I always love this, and I have a lot of clients take advantage of this. It's called the Cruise First Voucher or program. And right now the special is you buy the $500 voucher for $250. So it's basically you're going to get $250 free that goes towards your deposit of your cruise. It just has to be more than, it has to be a week-long cruise, and it's got to be 120 days out. So that on top of Free at Sea, which are the drinks, Wi-Fi package, specialty dining, all that good stuff, excursion credits, great experience. I'm going to do a shameless plug because we recently started a solo cruising group. And Tamara, we talked about this earlier. Norwegian is a great line for solo cruisers. They have this solo studios inside rooms with their own lounge, but they've also converted some of their balconies to solo balconies. So they're really kind of taking care of us smart solo travelers. So a great option there. Okay.
I noticed that.
What's that?
We lost all our viewers during your thing.
Right during cruises
As soon
too.
as you started talking.
It's a 0.
I don't even know how to
we
respond.
got one.
I don't know.
Maybe you're at your mom.
I don't even know how to respond. I'm crying. As soon as we talk about cruises, we lose all our viewers.
Oh gosh.
All right.
Okay, focus.
Another great option for families, adults, solo cruises is Royal Caribbean. A lot of different kinds of ships and ships options. We sell them for families because they have so much to do. We also sell them for couples that have no kids, all that good stuff. Up to $600 off. They're also doing kids sail free on certain cruises and then 60% off the second guest. So a lot of good options for Royal Caribbean. They're one of the busier cruise lines, so they sell out very fast. So that's up to
They're
you.
good for families.
Yeah.
They're really good for families.
Yeah, so just connect and we'll get you booked before they sell out because they do. River Cruises, I want to plug AMA. Recently went on a great experience with AMA Waterways. They have free land as part of their wave package. They have this Air Plus package where you basically lock in a flat rate in air now and you're covered no matter if it goes up and down. So right now it starts at $8.99 a person. So to get to Europe, is that good, Tamara? $8.99?
Yeah, I mean,
Because I'm seeing $2,000 on one of the.
well, yeah.
To Rome, I was recently pricing for a cruise. It was $2,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean high season, but yeah.
Wow.
So $8.99, I thought was a pretty good deal. It's a little bit of a gamble, but you know. And they also have no solo supplement on a lot of their options too. So great river cruising option there. And I felt like I was going to do one more shameless plug for cruising, but
Riverside? Were you talking about Riverside?
I wasn't. I was just going to focus on one. But if you would like to plug another cruise line, that's fine.
When you talk about no single supplement, they have a no single supplement too. And that's luxury.
Yeah. If you're looking for budget, Riviera has, there's a
Yeah.
lot of them right now that have it. Yeah. Very good. All right. So let's pivot on other immersive experiences, not just on cruises, but for land only. So Tamara, you had some ideas for the younger at heart people looking at G Adventures and Kentucky, some land tours for people.
So those are tour companies that are focused on like college age and slightly older tour groups. So they're priced very well. You're going to stay at appropriate accommodations for that age group. But if you have a group of friends and you want to go backpacking in Europe and have everything taken care of for you, or somewhere in Asia, Southeast Asia, there are millions of places, well, not millions, thousands of places they go, maybe hundreds, but lots of places they go. And I think it's a really good economical way for college age kids to not do the beach or the cruise, but to do something a little more immersive and get themselves to South America.
adventure,
Or yeah, it's an adventure.
What kind of price range? I mean, like
I would say
What's up?
1,500 to 2,000 per person is probably where you're going to land. It depends on how long you go and where you go. You can even go to Africa on a safari, and you're going to stay like in tents versus a tented cabin. But, you know, if you're with your group of friends, who cares? It's going to be fun. You know, their tours start later in the day, and they go later in the day because they know that age group is going to probably want to go out at night and then sleep in the morning. And it's appropriate for that age group, and it is a lot of fun, and it's priced very well. I think G Adventures, a lot of their groups are just 16 people. So if you can find 16 people, you can have a private tour that's all yours, and have a lot of fun. A very memorable trip.
Doesn't G Adventures do a lot of like where you stay in people's homes too?
You
like
could,
more
yeah,
like that kind of
yeah. I mean,
different kind of experiences.
You're not going to stay in one place. They're going to take you around to different places. But yeah, you could stay in somebody's home, which I think at that age is great. You're going to learn a lot more than if you stay in a hotel, if you stay in somebody's home. And maybe even make lifelong friends with people from a different country.
Wow.
So.
Sounds like a good option
Yeah.
for all those people looking for maybe not a keg stands with Chrissy,
Right.
but, you know, more immersive experience with Tamara. That's
Yeah.
good. Let's pivot back to the good US of A. Chrissy, you're a domestic expert. I know a lot of families use spring break as a good time for home rentals.
Yes.
What can you share about that, or what are your ideas about that?
So I just booked one yesterday for someone. So I know a lot of people are familiar with Airbnb, VRBO, and all that, but it does take a lot of research, and it does take a lot of research. When I'm looking for homes for people, I dig as deep into the neighborhoods they're staying in. So I find out where the house is in the neighborhood, make sure it's safe, because you really have to vet these well, because before I started doing this, I booked.
I feel like this could be a good story.
Well, I booked an Airbnb for us when we were looking for apartments for Hannah, and the pictures were lovely. It was a beautiful, beautiful place. However, the neighborhood was a little sketchy. And now that
in
Hannah,
Dayton, or is this out in Colorado?
this was in Colorado. So now that Hannah lives there, she's like, "Mom, I can't believe we stayed there." So I have learned my lesson, and learned my lesson well. This was a few years ago. So I really dig deep into neighborhoods. If you're able to walk around, safety. There's another thing. A house may say that it sleeps 10 people, but there's 4 twin beds in one room. So there's a lot that really has to be kind of looked into to make sure, if you want everybody, if it's 3 couples and they all want their own room, they're not going to, you don't want 4 of them sleeping in twin beds in one room. So
which one's twin bed? Is that like the single?
the little one, college room size rooms. So yes, I look at reviews, locations, neighborhoods, and anything that would be pertinent to your trip to make it the best trip possible. Private homes also give you the flexibility to cook your own meals.
Save a little money there.
Save some money, spread out, have privacy. A lot of them have pools. You can have your own pool. And then spend more quality time together making memories. So I think it's an excellent option. I've really done quite a few of them, not just spring break, but I enjoy it. I enjoy trying to find a great home for people and kind of do that work so you don't have to.
So whether they're looking hot or cold, you can find places.
Absolutely.
Because that West Coast, I've seen pictures of people that go out there to Oregon and Washington. That'd be kind of a cool trip too, if you're looking for a different kind of spring break, along the coast there. Yeah. I mean, the pictures just look awesome.
And then I find the options. I send you an email with links so you can see what they all look like with yourself, and then we just go from there.
So the other big domestic option I thought we could maybe wrap up, and I think this is a good bookend. We started with like the big popular all-inclusives. Another big popular would be amusement parks, especially looking at Orlando. Yes. The other big kind of family vacations for spring break. So what are your thoughts on that? I know, Tamara, you're an expert in both those too, but Chrissy, what are you looking at? What are you recommending? What are you thinking about for those options for spring break for
this may be an option where we take Tam's advice and maybe do it a different week around the springtime.
Yeah. It's busy during that time of year. So if you want to go, that's the only time of year you can go. Yeah. Just know you have to be very prepared and very organized. That's where we can help out. Yeah. You do need to have your ride time scheduled. You need to have restaurant reservations. You need to know. You can't just go and show up and be like, oh, what are we going to do today? That won't work at this time of year. It really doesn't work most times of year now, especially for Disney. But You have to have a plan.
If you can adjust your days a few here and there, like maybe you leave a little bit before the week or come back a day or two after,
right?
You know, it might bode well a little bit for you as far as crowds go.
Right. And then maybe if you're there during the busy time, maybe make those pool days or days where you go, you know, to the beach to New Smyrna.
These resorts have gorgeous pools.
They do. Yeah. And you don't want to go and spend all that money at a resort and not get to enjoy the resort. You want to, your kids are going to want to swim.
Yeah.
So, there's ways we can talk it through with you for sure.
Okay, well, that kind of wraps that portion up. Now, Tamara threw out a wild card in our little planning meeting yesterday, and I think that this is worth sharing too. It's like a little hack that she has for spring breaks. It's a little hack on the air because you know, we talk about these trips, we talk about the prices, but we don't always refer to the air, which can be the biggest headache and sometimes can be the biggest expense. So our little sneaky Tamara has a different way of approaching spring break trips apart. Well, it could tie to some of these, but it's its own little thing of how to beat the air and plan a unique and fun experience for spring break.
So basically, you're going to want to look for a one-way ticket to basically south of I'll use the Mason-Dixon line as like the place, because you want to fly down and then you want to drive back. You want to rent a car and drive back. So car rental companies have a lot of cars in the south right now because of snowbirds down there and whatever. But they need to get those cars back north for the summertime here. So you can rent a car very inexpensively. I want to say maybe even $5 a day for some of the rental agencies. So we have found like whatever day has cheap airfare to fly down to Florida, we'll do that. We'll rent a car when we land for $5 a day. Use it while we're on vacation and then drive it north. Sometimes we drive it all the way home. Sometimes we'll drive it, like we've driven to Charlotte before, dropped the car off at Charlotte, and then flown back from Charlotte to Cleveland just because we found a cheap one-way airfare from Charlotte to Cleveland. So it takes a little bit of time, but it can save you a lot of money if you've got the time to drive the car back.
Yeah.
And when we drive back too, we'll stop at little places along the way.
I was going to say, you could have a little bit of an adventure.
Yeah. I mean, we've stopped, we've gone the 75 route, we've gone the 77 route, and stopped along the way at different places. So
sounds like you have a flexibility, or you want to try something different, a unique experience.
Yeah.
Certainly, I know you both love the Charlotte airport. It's very spacious, it's slower, and it's a great experience for you.
Have I been there with you?
I don't think, you have not been to the Charlotte airport with me, definitely not.
I think you sent that into a tizzy with the Charlotte airport.
But maybe you've been to it on your own or with someone else, I don't know. But the Charlotte airport,
on their own.
Okay. So Charlotte, great airport, great experience there. So let's pivot to everyone's favorite segment of the episode, TGLT updates. So any upcoming travel, ladies? Tamara, I think you've got a big animal experience coming up.
Yeah, soon. Going on a little safari in February, so in Tanzania. Looking forward to that.
We won't ask Christy where's Tanzania, but that's okay.
I'll be taking a Virgin voyage in February.
You are?
I don't know, maybe.
Wait for me to come back.
I can get you a good deal.
We don't need you.
This is, and people say I'm mean to this. This is the truth that's coming out in today's episode. The true colors. Chrissy, any other upcoming travels or anything you got?
I'm working on a fam in at some Iberostar resorts right now at the end of April, which I see them a lot. I see a lot of good things about them, but I've never sent anyone to an Iberostar. So
I did a site visit in Mallorca at an Iberostar. It looked like a place like you would like and send people to.
There's some that really people rave about, so I'm excited to do that. And then I may
What country is that you're going to go to?
Cancun, Mexico. Country. Trying to trip me up.
Very good. Okay. Good. Any upcoming groups you have? Tamara, I know you got a couple you're working on.
A Germany group and an Italy group. We talked about it a lot. So Germany is 10 days, the 1st through the 10th of August. Lots of fun. So give me a call if you'd like to go. Italy is the northern part of Italy. It goes as far south as Florence, but it hits 2 of the 3 big classic Italy cities, Florence and Venice. But it also is in the lake area and Bologna, which is one of my new favorite cities in Italy. So it will be a lot of fun. We have a gorgeous villa in Tuscany to stay in for a few nights. So give me a call for that. That's in October, the weather will be perfect, I think, and the crowds won't be as crazy as the rest of the year. So
Nice.
Wonderful. We're working on Alaska 2025. We're looking at Hawaii for December 24, so this coming December, which sounds really good right now with all the snow. And then also looking at possibly our solo cruisers groups, maybe looking at Greek islands. So if that interests you, connect with me on that. Any of these trips sound good, you can join one of our groups, or if you have your own group you'd like to organize, we can certainly help with that and get you to experience the good life on your vacation travels. Okay, good. Anything new, interesting bookings, anything you want to share? Tamara, we'll start with you.
I got some Singapore, Thailand, Japan, Italy, a couple of Italy's.
Well, you get around.
Yeah, I've got a lot I'm working on right now. Thailand. Did I say Thailand? Thailand. So 2 Thailands actually. So yeah, busy.
I was just going to put in a little note. Last night I booked a couple on a spring break trip last minute. They're going to go to Cancun. And, I was pleasantly surprised for a 4-night trip just to go out and get a little sunshine over spring break where it priced at. So, and it's direct flights out of Cleveland on United.
Even better.
You were so
United
fast on
too.
that.
I know. So if you're toying with that idea, let me know because I'm happy to get some prices to you and see if it's something you'd like to do.
I think it'd be good to plug, because Tamara said how quick Chrissy is, that the helpful thing is a lot of people will call Chrissy for ideas and she'll find a steal of a deal. But if you don't act quickly, you lose the deal.
It was both. It was them as well.
That they were responsive, right? I think
they
that's
were like,
the
give
key.
us a day, and then 2 seconds later, nope, just book it.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's
which is smart
Very
because
smart.
already looking at the flights on the planes, seats wise, I'm going to have them pick their own seats because they may have to get. I couldn't find seats together right now, so but it can be done, and direct on United with the free carry-on. I mean, yeah, and
That's
good flight times too. So yeah.
I'll just do my shameless plug for New Year's Eve 2025. We're going to do Fire and Sunset Soiree itinerary, which means I believe it's the 30th. It's New Year's week. It's the Monday you leave out of beautiful Miami, which if you planned ahead, maybe that weekend you could go down and to Miami Beach or, South Miami Beach, South Beach somewhere over there. The Key, anything. There's a weekend there. You could do that. Jump on the ship Monday. Experience that itinerary that we all love that has the Keys. Go back to the Keys.
Itinerary.
You have the at sea, you got Bimini. You celebrate New Year's Eve at sea, and then you come back on Friday. So really,
it's so far away, like to plan.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I hear you on that 100%. But that cruise sells out,
right?
And the prices skyrocket.
Right.
So right now, if you do an entry balcony, it's $2,900, and that's going to double.
Yeah.
Before it sells out.
Is that for the XL or just?
That's a regular sea terrace. With $100 bar tab, $100 extra money, sailor loot or credits. So that will sell out, that itinerary. So that's why I'm like, let's take advantage of it now.
So far away.
Well, the benefit is you put 20% down.
Yeah.
So for that room, I think it was like $540, and you don't have a final payment till September. So you could chip away.
Yeah.
But really, now's the time. And everyone I talk to, because I've been texting people saying, hey, if you're interested, they're like, oh, we got plenty of time. I'm like, no, you don't, because it will sell out.
Yeah.
Or the price is going to go up. Do you really want to spend $4,000 when you could spend $2,900? You know what I mean? So
didn't you mentioned yesterday something about the only remaining cabin this year?
For this year's one version of that, there was like one Rockstar suite left, and it was like $46,000.
Oh my God.
So that's normally $7,000 or $8,000, 8 or 9, whatever, depending where you land. But I mean, that cruise is a high demand on all the cruise lines. I mean, it was for the group I led this year, but. I mean,
what time of year you mean?
For for that one and for New Year's specifically, because at sea New Year's is a blast. So, $2,900 is a really good deal, especially for everything that's included. So, you want to really think about putting that deposit down. So,
I was watching a video last night about a Virgin cruise. The influencer taped it. Zach, our friend Zach, taped it before Christmas. But I saw the itinerary of extra things that they had planned, Virgin had planned for the holidays, and it looked kind of fun. Like an ugly sweater pajama party, and just really unique Virgin-like things to celebrate the holiday.
Yeah, and they'll flood the in-room on-demand videos too with holiday videos and videos that relate and stuff. I mean, they really think of everything besides the decorations, the parties, They'll have that. They'll have little treats that are holiday oriented. So they really kind of.
And there's new
Spoil
entertainment,
ya.
which we haven't seen
Yeah,
yet. Which
no.
I know.
Although you won't have probably that what he showed because each ship now has its own entertainment plan. So.
Is this Scarlet or Valiant?
Well, this will be Valiant because Scarlett's she's gonna get
that's
she's
Valiant.
she's gonna get cleaned up a little bit. It's time for her dry dock.
Wow.
It's been 5 years, believe it or
No.
not. So it's time for Scarlett to get.
Wow, yeah.
You know, women go to, or adults, men go to get the Botox and hair dyed and all that stuff. Well, Scarlett's going to the salon and getting cleaned up too.
Cleaned up.
So Valiant will be here for that cruise. So it'll be a great
They're all the
experience.
same, right? The ships are all the same.
There's little nuances. So they've changed some of the layouts of where some things are located. The artwork is different in a lot of areas. Yeah, some of it makes sense. Some of the things they tweaked, I think. So
Okay.
So let me know if you want New Year's at sea for a great price. I think that's everything. Ladies, you got anything else?
No, sir.
Well,
Stay warm, my friends.
It's been a pleasure with all of you. If any of these trips sound great or you have something else in your mind and heart, we will take good care of you. So connect with us and follow us, like, share, invite, all that good stuff. And we cannot wait to help you experience the good life on your next trip. So thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.